What's up, everyone? Adrian Morrison here, and I want to welcome you to the Profit Power Hour. I'm excited to have you here. This is the first Profit Power Hour of 2025, and I'm just elated. So everybody's piling in the room right now. Hope that you can all see my camera. I am now back at my house in Alice. Last week I was in Miami, and the week prior I was in Mississippi. So I've been all over the place. And um, I'm making some big changes this year. I focused the last couple of years on my health. And if you've been following me for a while, then you've seen a dramatic change in the way that I look. I went from 138 pounds, very unhealthy, very, very unhealthy. People asking me if I was sick or if I have black eyes when I'm streaming and stuff. Of course, I have hereditary bags under my eyes. Like that's legitimately just hereditary. It kind of runs in my family. Um, and just being unhealthy to optimizing my body and my mind. I had optimized my businesses over the years, and I had really neglected my body and my mind and my mental health. So over the last couple of years, I've done that. 2, 3 years, I've really focused on that, and now I'm 180 pounds, a lot of muscle, and I feel incredible. And I'm in the best spot that I've been in physically my entire life. Mentally, I would say I'm up there. Like there maybe have been 1 or 2 other times in my life where I felt like I've peaked mentally. And that's where I'm at now. I feel like I'm at the peak. So this year, one thing that I'm going to do is just starting this out. Uh, I, I'm saying yes to me. I'm going to start saying yes to myself. I say yes to everyone else but myself oftentimes. How many of you in here feel like you do that, by the way? You're so busy saying yes to other people, there's no room to say yes to yourself. That's one of the things that can ruin you, your mental health, by the way. Um, One of my weak spots is family needs something, friends want to do something, or partners or whatever need something. I'm always like, okay, yes, I'll take care of you. I'll do this for you. I'll do it, try to shift my things on my end to make this work out. And one thing I've started doing is I just quit saying yes. As a matter of fact, I started saying no. And one of my coaches, I had a entrepreneurial coach who just she works with entrepreneurs that are experiencing burnout and kind of just helps them get everything back together, not in their business, but in their mind. And she told me that oftentimes when you say yes to someone else, you're actually saying no to yourself. And I started thinking about that. And now when people ask me to do something, instead of just saying yes because I feel bad or I feel obligated, I'm like, why would I rather say yes to them than to myself? Right. So this year, that's what I'm doing. And with that, one big change that I'm making is I am moving to Miami for the next 6 months. I'll be here in my house in Alice Beach, which I still own. I'm not selling. I love this. This is like kind of home base for me. But for 6 months, I'm going to go to Miami, and I've always wanted to go to Miami. I travel there often for like short trips, but I want to live there because I love the healthy lifestyle that's there and the networking. Aspect of the city, not so much the clubbing and stuff. And so I just pulled the trigger and I said, hey, babe, we're moving to Miami. We had always talked about this, so it's more like a surprise to her. So I got us a incredible spot. And so now for the next 6 months, after, I get there, y'all will be, seeing me in a completely different setting. But the idea is I spend money to learn things to convey to y'all for free. That's what this webinar is all about. Like, you get to learn from my experiences. And there's a ton of e-commerce entrepreneurs in Miami. And so I already have networked. One of my friends has a boat there. We were on the yacht for New Year's, and There's some other ecom guys on there, and I'm talking to different people doing different things, and I'm like reinvigorated. I'm like, wow, people are also doing things differently than me and succeeding. So a lot of this trip to Miami is, to network with people, learn more, invest that money and that time, and then be able to convey it to you on these webinars. And then I also get to take my son Drake to do a lot of really fun things in Miami, because they have like museums and aquariums and stuff. So yeah, look, this year I'm starting out by saying yes to me. I'm leaving, my family, and I'm leaving my friends and all sorts of stuff. And, uh, you know, I'm just going to do something I've always wanted to do, because there's so many great benefits to it. The juice is worth the squeeze. So I hope that you do that this year too. I hope that you start to say yes to yourself. And with that said, if you're new to the Profit Power Hour, this is a webinar that I do every single Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern. It is a free webinar. There are no sales pitches here. In the event that we're showing you like a software, something that does cost money, we let you know way ahead of time, so there's no bait and switch. I think last year I did one webinar where I offered software that we created, and that was it. Like, it's just a one and done. I create software for myself, and one of the ways that I afford to create incredibly expensive software is for myself to run my businesses, is I allow my students to be able to pay to get access to that. So it helps me pay the developmental costs and the servicing costs and all these things. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. I develop stuff. So sometimes y'all get to buy it, but that's very rare. This is more of a meat and potatoes webinar. And if you're new, this is our home screen. If you don't have a Shopify store yet, you can build one starting out 2025. Happy New Year at profitph.com/free store. So go hit that up. Our AI store builder will build your store, load products on it, and you'll have an option to upgrade your theme if you want a premium theme or not. It's completely up to you. And we have our recommended vendors there. And this week, what I really want to do is go over some important stuff that I think is mindset wise for e-commerce entrepreneurs starting out your business. But before I jump into that, I do want to navigate to our Access Adrian portal here. If you're new, you have access to this portal. All of your stuff is here. All of your training is here. You'll see under My Courses and Software, if you go to Profit Power Hour, you can open up our members area, and it's chock full of content for you. So if you go to webinar replays, this is just like, years, literally almost a decade of training that I've done on e-commerce. You'll see back in 2016, I definitely don't look like I do now. I am, 40 now, so I've aged a little bit, but I got lots of wisdom in this game. I'm not a guru that does crypto, then does, real estate offers, then jumps over to whatever, is viral right now. I just, I've always taught e-commerce. That's what I've done, right? So you can go check out all of our 2024 trainings and beyond. It's all here. So if you miss one of these, you can always go back. You can watch those. Additionally, you can come over here to my YouTube channel, and you can subscribe, and you can watch all the trainings that I put on my YouTube channel, which is just at Adrian Morrison. You can watch all of these for free as well, and they're long trainings. They're not entertainment, they're education. So yeah, that's all there. Now, I want to talk to y'all about something that I do each year. It's my first webinar for the year. It does require that I use my nifty little white pad here, and that is a plan for the new year, okay? Very important, because if you don't have a plan, then your plan is to not profit. Let me say that again. If you don't have a plan to profit, then your plan for the year is not to profit. So you need to outline a little plan for yourself. And this is something that oftentimes I do each and every year. I have notes on my phone, and I go over all of these things with myself. And sometimes I need reminders. So I'm just going to draw here. And this is going to be, it's so crazy to be saying it's 2025. Like, that's wild to me. Makes me feel really old, to be honest. But let's go over your 2025, all right, success plan with my awful handwriting. Maybe a New Year's resolution for me should be get better handwriting. First off, a quote that I live by. You'll see it on my water canister. You'll see it on a lot of the t-shirts and stuff that I wear. You should write this down, okay? Because it's just so true. And the quote is, only those who risk are free. Only those who risk are free. Now, I'm not a motivational speaker. I'm an educational speaker. I'm not for the hoop and ha. You know, if you want to jump around and be moved and see neon lights, then you can go see a Tony Robbins event. Okay, I'm not here to be a motivational speaker for you. I am here to motivate you, but you know, not in that particular way, which is great, by the way. I've seen Tony Robbins, and he speaks at the ClickFunnels events and stuff that we are a part of. So not bashing that, just saying that when I say something like this, it's not BS. It's not me just trying to fill time. It's true. Only those who risk are free. The tag on one of my cars says failure, and people, when they stop me, they say, you know, why does your tag say failure? And I'm like, well, it's kind of hard to succeed without failing first, right? And if you're afraid to fail, then you can never win, right? So it is crazy and cliche as it seems. If you write this down, you keep it with you, it'll remind you that, you know, this year, don't be afraid to do some of those things with your e-commerce store, whatever it may be, that you know are necessary in order to win, because only those who risk are free. And we're all here because we want time freedom, we might want financial freedom, you know, we just want freedom in general. But that doesn't come without risk, because if you're not willing to put in the work this year and you're not willing to do what's necessary, and I'm not saying like do what's necessary and spend all this money doing this and buy this and buy that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about freaking grinding, okay? I'm talking about when you get home from your job and you're tired as hell, you open up that damn laptop and you open up Shopify and you get started with work, because that's the work that's going to give you the freedom, not the 9 to 5 that you're currently, you know, you may be currently involved in, right? That is a trap. But businesses that you can start online and that you own, those are the ones that give you that freedom, but they are the ones that require risk of time, maybe risk of money on ads, whatever it may be. So only those who risk are free. I literally live by this. And the other thing that you need to do is brush off the haters. I know that might sound a little bit OG, but you need to brush off the haters, okay? There's going to be people when you're trying this year to accomplish your goals, be it in health, be it in, you know, financially in your business, be it with, you know, physical or mental health. People are going to, they're going to try to tear you down 100%. They're going to try to tell you that you can't do it. They're going to try to tell you this is stupid. They're going to try to tell you that it doesn't work and that this is a scam, that's a scam. Everything's a scam, you know. Every fitness coach is a scam. Every mental clarity coach is a scam. Every e-commerce business is a scam. All of these things, like, they're telling you it's all a scam. Meanwhile, they're not doing jack shit. You feel me? Like, they're not doing anything at all. They're just existing in a little hamster wheel. And if they're okay with that, that's fine. But they're going to hate, a lot of them will hate on you when you try to do something outside of the box. So you have to get rid of them, because they will make you question yourself. I have literally like 2 friends, 2. That's it. I had lots of friends back in the day, but I audited my roster of friends and I fired 95% of my friends. I still like them. If I see them, I'll say what's up, but sure as hell ain't going to dinner with them. I'm not going to lunch with them, because every time I talk about my business or whatever, or something new or a new idea I had, they would negatively respond with reasons why it's probably not going to work, and this and this and this and that, right? So I got rid of them. And then it became a lot easier to feel better about doing the things that I want to do. So you have to eliminate them. Eliminate any and all of the haters, especially from your inner circle. All right, so you need to eliminate from your circle. All right, everybody with me on this? You are the average of the closest 5 people that you chill with. I know you've heard that before. It's so very true. You want to be a winner, you hang out with winners, right? And it's okay not to be the most successful person in your group. As a matter of fact, you're actually in a good spot if you're not the most successful person in your group, because you're hanging around people that you can learn from. You never want to be the top dog. Being the top dog sucks, because then everybody's just sucking information from you. You're literally just sitting there being bled dry of information. You want to be around people that are doing big things you can learn from. Hence me moving to Miami. I have no ego. When I meet people doing big things, I'm like, so what are you doing in e-commerce? What types of products are you selling? What platforms are you using? Oh, that's a really cool strategy. Well, this is my strategy, but your strategy sounds pretty cool. I'm going to test that out. I'm going to try that out. That's the type of people that you want to put yourself around. Additionally, what you need to do is you need to eliminate bad habits. Okay? Eliminate bad habits. I'm talking and writing at the same time. My ADD is kicking in full force. All right, bad habits. So obviously that's something that we want to do, right? We want to eliminate bad habits. We all know that, but you need to replace them with good habits. And usually, look, if you're new, I'm showing e-commerce products, talking about strategies, all these different things. I'm not usually doing this type of stuff, but beginning of the year, this is stuff that you need to hear if you're really going to benefit from the stuff that I'm teaching you moving forward. So eliminate those bad habits. And when I say bad habits, instead of watching Netflix, read a book, right? Instead of munching on potato chips on the couch, get out and go on a nice little walk, right? Instead of loading up your coffee with an asinine amount of sugar and whipped cream, just drink a black coffee with a splash of whatever, almond milk or oat milk, whatever it may be. Eliminate bad habits. And I know that's all health related, but I'm telling you, when you start eliminating bad habits with health, you will eliminate bad habits in your business and replace them with good habits. Every time you make an elimination, you replace it with something positive. And this is how you're going to build up yourself and your business this year. Instead of going to sleep late, wake up, sleep late, start going to sleep early. Force yourself to go to sleep early, wake up early. You're going to get more done. Just eliminate any and all bad habits. Some of the things that and I have a little list here that I'm looking at that are bad habits in regards to e-commerce are, number one is SKU overload. So I'm just going to pop this over here. So SKU overload. Now, what is SKU overload? All right. SKU overload means that you have too many products, right? That's why we, like those of you that got our premium theme, we put 100 products on your store because you're going to have various niches. So when I'm saying, like, when you're like, wait, Adrian gives us 100 products, isn't that a lot of products? Yes, it's a lot of products, but you don't need 100 products in the dog niche. You don't need 100 products in the wine niche, right? You need about 10 to 15 products in each niche. So when we're giving you a lot of products on your store, they're divided amongst various niches, right? So because you have to have options for people while they're shopping, but you don't want to give them too many options, because if you give them too many options, then they get product overload. So a lot of what happens is they get product overload and parallelization. So a lot of what happens is people will come over here and they'll go into Zendrop. Well, I'm not logged into my account because I switched internet connections, but they'll just type in something like dog toy. And you probably do this through Zendrop. It's much better, but whatever. We'll just look at Ollie. Be like, ooh, look at all of these dog toys. We have access to literally thousands and thousands of options of dog toys here. I'm going to add all of these because the more dog toys I have, the better. No, you need to find what the best selling ones are. And you can organize these by orders right here. And you can see that these have sold over 10,000. This little ball over 10,000. This one's got the treats in it, over 10,000. Look at all the top selling products right now on AliExpress. They're the same dang ball. This is something that should be on your store if you're in the dog niche. So we want to get the ones that are selling a lot of products right now. And that's how we want to run our business. We don't want to add all of these on here and then have parallelization happen when people are shopping on our store. Other bad habits in the e-commerce space are worrying about your store color. Other bad habits are worrying about your logo design. Other bad habits. Well, first, let me talk about these. Nobody cares what color your store is as long as it's not highlight or yellow and blinding people while they're shopping. Nobody cares what your logo looks like. They really don't. That's all for you. Your store color and design are for you, but your business isn't for you. Your business is designed for other people. So you just need to make it simple. People get caught up on these two things right here and they waste a lot of time. So what is a bad habit, right? So what would be a bad habit? Well, a bad habit would be wasting time on stuff that doesn't matter, okay? Other things that is when you're launching products, always saying, is it saturated? Oh my God, if I hear this again, I swear I'm gonna slap somebody. Like, is e-commerce saturated? Is that product or niche saturated? There's a gazillion people in the world that you're able to market to. A small percentage of people in the world are doing e-commerce. No, it's not saturated, right? This is what's called an excuse that generally comes from fear of failure. And remember, we talked about only those who risk are free. Not every product is going to be a big win. And saturated products, if that's what you want to call them, can still generate sales and orders. It may not be a multi-million dollar campaign for you, but they could be a nice sustainable campaign that generates some sales. So if a bunch of people are selling it, I want to start selling it. I obviously want to be the first person to discover something, but I also know that success leaves clues. And if someone else is like the dog collar campaign I used to run, I saw other people running dog collars. So I just duplicated what I saw was working. And then I ended up selling an immense amount of dog collars, launching a massive e-commerce store behind that. And the rest is history after that, right? It was just simple from there. So always saying, is it saturated? When you're talking about, well, is it saturated? You just created an obstacle for yourself. Why would you do that? Why would you create an obstacle with a question that can't be answered? No one can really say, yes, it's saturated. Here's the data right here. Here's exactly how many Shopify stores and Amazon stores and Walmart stores, all these things selling this product. Here's how many people are in the world, and here's how many people are interested in this niche, and here's how many sales are happening daily. Like, no one has that information really. So you just have to dive in. And you have to say, if my gut's telling me to sell this product, let's launch it. The data I'm looking at telling me this is a good product and it's working, let me launch this product, right? So other people generally say things like, are other people already selling this? If so, then I don't want to sell it. How many people are doing this already? okay, well, I don't want to do it. And if I look at the comments underneath some of my ads for our store builder, people are like, yeah, e-commerce is dead, e-commerce is saturated. Oh, everybody's selling the same products. No, they're not. And it's just so stupid. The person that's saying that is someone who makes no money whatsoever online. No money. Or there's somebody selling something else that's not ecom related. So they're trying to instill fear in people to make them go buy their stuff, right? The thing about me is I'm giving you my stuff for free. So like I have no reason to lie to you. It's free. So when I'm going over products with you and stuff like that, and we're talking about niches and everything, like I have nothing to sell you. I'm just going over data with you. So these are some of the things that you need to get rid of. Now, some of the good habits that we want to replace, we want to replace any negative bad habits with. Let's talk about some good habits, all right? Well, one good habit is rapid testing, new products, weekly. Rapid testing new products weekly. That is a phenomenal habit. And a lot of times I ask people like, okay, so how often do you launch new products? Well, I've had my store for 3 months and I was working on the logo and this guy on Fiverr was doing this. No, no. Launch at least 2 or 3 new products every week. That's a good habit. The more products you launch, the more likely you are to find a winner. The less you launch, well, the less likely you are to find a winner. So always be testing, rapid testing. Only those who risk are free. Throw them out there. Use the information and education that you have from us and anywhere else, and just give them a quick little test with a $5 a day budget. And something that you also need to understand while going over rapid testing is that you really do need to forget what you like. Nobody gives a damn what you like. I don't care if you like golf. If golf stuff isn't selling right now, then I really don't care to sell golf stuff. I only care to sell what other people says is working. Does that make sense? Or I can clearly see people are buying. That's the only thing that I care to sell. So forget what you think, forget what you like. All right, sell what is working right now. If you're passionate about something, but it's not a really hot, profitable niche, tough luck. Sell it later. Once you get something working, then you can play with your passions, right? You need to give the people what they want. Forget what you like, and instead give the people what they want. Okay? Sell what is working now. Not what you think is cool. Okay? What you think is cool probably sucks. I know that because all the items I ever thought were cool sucked. And I would just lose money when I would try to sell them. So I started just selling what I could see is already working, and it just made life, so much easier. And you want to mimic success. Success leaves clues. Okay? Now, the other things, good habits, you want to always remember to use upsells. Always be upselling. Always be upselling. Every product on your store, you should have a cross sell, a complementary product for it, not just one dog product. You need complementary products so people will stack their cart. You need to really focus. A good habit would be building an email list. Okay. Focus on growing your email list this year. That's a great habit. Start optimizing your store in ways that get you leads by using our apps like Wheelie Opt-in or any other app. I care less if it's my app, okay? Or custom code something in. Just email marketing. It's free traffic. It's crazy not to do it. You also need to be plotting. You need to be plotting all the holiday promos. Valentine's Day. Let's get behind this right now. Get behind Valentine's Day. It's coming up in a month. Let's go. Shine on. A phenomenal vendor. They crush it. It's the best time of the year for them. You have complete access to done for you, ready to go, high quality jewelry made in America, shipped to anywhere in the world from America for pennies on the dollar with crazy, crazy margins. Let's go. Start plotting what you're going to do for Valentine's Day, right? We'll be doing that together anyways. All right. Make it, I would say, launch ads daily. Launch a new ad every day, even if it's got a teeny tiny little $3 to $5 a day budget and you kill it the next day. Launch an ad a day. The more ads you launch, the more you're going to learn. This would be a really good habit. And you can do this on TikTok if it doesn't get banned. You can do this on, Facebook and, all meta platforms, Instagram. So you have all the platforms you can launch products on. And then just start, another good habit is always doing product research. Instead of watching TV, why don't you open up your computer and do product research, okay? So product research is always going to be, a solid habit to have because you can discover really cool products that could potentially be big winners for you. So yes, I hate doing webinars like this. Let me just repeat this. I hate doing webinars like this. It's so much easier for me and funner for me to open up Zendrop and look through their hot trending products and look at Google Analytics and all that stuff. And that's what we're going to be doing moving forward. But I would kick myself in the butt if I didn't take advantage of the new year momentum to light a fire under your butt, be a little bit more blunt and aggressive on this webinar because you need love, but you need tough love, right? Tough love is love. And you need a plan. And it doesn't have to be an exact tactful plan of exactly how you're going to do this and that, but just a plan that you can lay out that is broad, that is generalized, like replacing bad habits with good habits. Now let's think about that. What are some of our bad habits? Let's get rid of them. What could we replace some good, what good habits could we replace those with? That's a plan. You plan to be better, right? You plan to launch ads. You plan to do product research. You plan to get rid of all of the negative friends this year that you have. You plan to say yes to yourself and growing and focusing on your business, even if you feel guilty doing it, because you know it's probably for the best. So, that's what this webinar is all about. Moving forward, we'll just be doing product research, traffic, all sorts of stuff. So if you're new here, be on the lookout for that. This was just something I like to do every year on the first webinar of the year to just kind of get you thinking like an entrepreneur and understanding that e-commerce it's not get rich quick. There's no magic button that you can press. The people that are winning with e-commerce, they're doing things like this. They have good habits. On New Year's, I was chilling with this dude. We were on my friend's yacht. He runs a ecom company, and I had just met him. And right after midnight, when the fireworks went off, he was like, "Okay, I'm going home and going to sleep. I have to wake up at 5 a.m. and cold plunge." And I cold plunge, and I run big businesses, but I was like, "Bro, it's New Year's. Like that's crazy. Like this is the one night everybody kind of parties." And you want to go cold plunge at 5 a.m. Like that's wild, but that's discipline and that's a good habit. He wasn't on vacation in Miami like I was. I didn't I don't live there yet. um, he was at home and he knew what he had to do to start the year. That's a good habit. I had a lot of respect for that. I wasn't waking up at 5 a.m. and cold plunging, but it made me think. But again, you surround yourself with people with good habits that are doing big things, that are positive, that are motivated. It's going to change the way you think. It's going to change the way that you operate. Even like this last week while I was there, everyone I hung out with, they were all drinking water and sparkling water and stuff at dinner instead of sodas and alcohol. And I don't know, I just kind of picked it up. I usually drink like 4 or 5 ginger ales a day. I haven't had a ginger ale in probably a week. So I just kind of picked it up. It's like, I'm not going to be the idiot ordering a soda at the table. Like I don't want to drink water, but I'm going to drink water. And now I don't even want the soda. I want freaking sparkling water, you know? So you are an average of the 5 people that you chill with, everybody motivates one another. And I want to motivate you this year. I think it's going to be an incredible year for e-commerce. There's record numbers every year. And I can't wait to see what y'all do this year. And at the end of 2025, where some of you are, they're sitting on this webinar right now, knowing that what I'm saying is so true and being guilty of so many things, including myself. And I want to see where you are at the end of the year and how far you've come. And it's going to be incredible. It's going to be a great change. That is it for now. I love you all. I'll see you next week back to our scheduled programming, doing webinars, talking about cool products and how to get traffic. All right. So happy New Year. And I will see you next Tuesday, 9 p.m. EST, same place, same time, right here on the Profit Power Hour. Good night, y'all.